Bryson and Taylor sitting in a tree. K-I-N.
Let's sing my PP.
Jeff Bako, good to see you. I know Taylor's happy. Standy, I know you're happy to see Bryson. Wow. Look at that. Jeff and Standy. Edging, nice to see you also.
Crazy. The schedule's unpredictable for a very deliberate reason that you're not entitled to know, Edging. So just be grateful that we're here. Be grateful that you're getting any content at all. And also know that this show has nothing to do with you, Edging, unless you're an athlete in the semifinal or games level. So kick rocks.
Oh, I got to go then. Why am I here?
No, stop it. I need you here to keep us on track. But I just wanted to.
I said the same thing before we started.
Well, you're my friend, dude. So, and you have really good. I would say, I could see Bryson going way further in CrossFit than me because you are so level headed and you have such rational takes on
And two
really,
working knees.
huh?
And two working knees.
And two working knees. He's got a great uvula. So this is the review show. It's going to be kind of brief of our CrossFit Athlete Council meeting that we had on Friday. Friday at noon, we had a meeting. It was Olivia, who's on the council, Yasmin Arroyo, who's on the council, Ryan Dickey, Colton Merton, Spencer Panchik, and me. And then we had Becky Harsh, Dave Castro, Adrian Bosman, and head of legal. Forgive me, head of legal, for forgetting your name, but she had some great things.
Marshall. Oh, is she the head of legal? Is Marshall?
Yeah, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. Tall, hot, beautiful lady. Sarah Hop. Sarah. I know who it is.
You are glitch. Are we glitching at all for you?
No, I'm good though.
Okay.
My connection's long and hard.
Oh, well, maybe it's our connection. You're just a little glitchy for us, but so yeah, she was there, and there were some things in the meeting that we aren't ready to bring out yet because they haven't been discussed internally as a team between me and the other council members, and we haven't taken back to Dave and the games team and discussed with them. Some of these things we've had conversations about are like formats of competitions. So potentially like format at the games, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, semifinals, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, equipment rules, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. The list goes on. I think, let's see what else. Some things I'm just trying to give people ideas of things like, equipment used in online competitions versus in-person competitions, movements that should, potentially movements that would be used in online or in-person competitions, subjects like that, which are very specific and unique to not just elite competition, but all CrossFit sanctioned game season competitions, were some of the more specific things that, me, Colton, Spencer, Olivia, Yasmin, and Ryan haven't had a chance to speak deeply on. So again, we're not going to get into the details on it. But those are topics that HQ are bringing to us and saying, hey, these are what we want you guys to talk to some athletes about, talk to the community about, talk to yourselves about, and then come back to us with your thoughts on this and how we should approach it, which I think to me was more than I was expecting in any way in terms of the influence that they were going to allow us to have. And maybe they're just making us feel good by asking us these questions, but they at least came to us with a lot of stuff that they wanted feedback on, which I think is huge.
Let me interject. So it's the CAC CrossFit Athlete Council. It's brand new.
Yep.
I'm glad you said that part about you're kind of like, wow, this is more than I thought that they were going to let us insert and want our opinions on. Because that when you were saying that shit, I'm like, holy shit, they're actually asking you that stuff. I honestly thought that the CAC was just going to be a front to take hits for CrossFit. Lucky Camera Straps, thanks for keeping us in the CAC loop. Hey, so how does that happen? So you guys paint the picture for me, like a little kid. So they give you a Zoom link, you guys all jump on, and Dave's on there, and they're like, "Hey guys, the Open's coming. We can't tell you exactly what the workouts are or what we're thinking, but it would help us if you could give us your opinions on what you think equipment should not be used. And that way, that's a great place to start. And we have a couple moves for the games. What do you think about movement standards for? And they'll ask you like shoulder to overhead. This is what we have. What do you think? How can this be improved? They're like asking you that shit.
Yeah. It's a little more broad. The scope of the questions are a little more broad, not quite so specific. For example, the movement standard for a shoulder to overhead. But a little broader than that, think, is this movement appropriate for the open or online competition?
Wow.
Things like that. Which, again, like you said, it's really cool that's the conversation that we're having, and they're asking for that level of feedback. Sorry, some rednecks ripping a motorcycle down.
Let me ask you
these
something really
roads
political here really quick. So this is the problem with these councils is this is what happens. There'll be an affiliate council or an athlete council or a DEI council, and they take you out to a steak dinner. They let you get close and talk to Dave, and everyone becomes complacent, and there's no one pushing. Do you feel any of that, or do you feel?
No.
Okay. They are like.
Well, I'm very
looking at Dave's eyes and get hypnotized, or like, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh, no. I'm extremely direct, and in this meeting, way more so than the first was kind of an introduction. This one, there was some healthy friction, I think, and there was healthy friction in the sense that when the meeting was wrapping up, I was like, "Hey, do you guys mind?" And I was more speaking toward HQ, Dave, Boz, Becky. I'm going to go live with Sevon tonight, and we're going to talk about some of the things we discussed. And Dave gave a lot of pushback and was like, "Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that. How do the other council members feel about that?" And I'm the type of person who, when I get into a position where I kind of feel responsible for, I just assume the leadership position. Like the council didn't elect me leader of the council. So there's no special power that I have over decisions made that they don't. And the good pushback that Dave gave to me was, why don't you see what the other council members think about you going live on the show, first? And several of them were like, well, we would like to have conversations about some of these things before we go and talk about them publicly. And they were correct about that. I think what they misinterpreted from my end was there were a handful of things that Boz and Dave said they wanted disseminated into the community. And I was speaking specifically on those things. It's like the things I just brought up, I wasn't planning on talking about to begin with. But there's another handful of things that they did want us to talk about, and I was talking about those when I mentioned that. And so I got that pushback from Dave and those other people, and I was like, hey guys, but specifically I'm talking about X, Y, and Z that you just said you wanted us to go tell people about. Are you cool if I go on and talk about that? And then they were like, yeah, that's fine. So we actually, the council, have another meeting scheduled just between the 6 of us, not HQ, for next Friday, which I think will be really good. And then Spencer Panchik had a great idea of like, hey, we should all get on a podcast and talk about it and answer questions and do a live show. And I actually asked you if you mind if we use the platform for that. So we'll be doing that at some point. Yeah, we'll do that at some point. But it was good. And there's also this healthy friction where I think that HQ is nervous about me being on the council specifically and giving me the leeway. Like I think they are very nervous in the sense that, okay, are we going to say something that we're not really ready for the community to know? And is he just going to go on this podcast and blast it? And so I think there's this healthy friction and uncertainty of how much can we trust this? And are we going to get burned? And the only way to get past that is for me to take the leeway that I want to begin with and not burn them. Do you know what I mean? Like until
have to build trust.
Right. Until they see that I'm responsible enough to hear what they want us discussed between ourselves and not go tell everyone about it until it's ready to be talked about, then there's always going to be that friction. So that's what we're working for. I think that's what I specifically am working through at the moment. I don't think the other council members have that issue of trust with them. I would imagine that HQ feels probably a higher degree of trust with those individuals than me for the moment. But that'll come with time. I have no doubt in my mind that I can build that trust with them. I think what they do know, and if they don't, what they should know, is that I, almost as much as anyone alive, care about CrossFit, the methodology, succeeding, spreading, growing, and changing the world. And when I say changing the world, I don't have some And not to shit on Don, but I don't have this idea of, oh, I want 30 million people to do CrossFit. I just want the person down the street from my affiliate who's scared and who doesn't think they're capable of anything to step through our door and see how their life can change. And I want to do that one person at a time.
Tell me, so what are some of the things you can share that you guys talk? You told us that there's some movement equipment talk at which you're impressed by, that they're even care about your opinion on. But what are some of the things? By the way, I thought you guys would meet like 4 times a year. It's crazy that you're already have had 2 meetings.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a third in a couple weeks. So I think probably 2 weeks. I'd like to get that one out of the way before the Open. So these things are more so for online competition best practices and some small things that have changed this year in terms of online competition. Sorry, I have a fucking this workout I did today gave me Fran lung and my throat is still fucked up about it. I hope I'm not getting sick, but I've got this tickle in my throat.
What was the workout? Really quick, what was it?
50 dick bounces for time. I took it from Coach L. Sorry, it was. I can't talk about the workout. It would involve me and Bryson, some knee stuff. But anyways, okay. So,
come on, tell me the workout. I want to know the workout.
If I could tell you, I would tell you. Okay.
Why can't you tell? Is it for some comp?
If I could tell you, I'd tell you, bro.
Can you tell me why you can't tell me? All right.
I can't tell you why I can't tell you either, dude. Isn't this crazy? And I hope Dave, I hope this gets clipped to you, bro. Freaking loose lip sync shit, baby. I can freaking keep my mouth shut. All right. So
wow, okay. Now I get it.
And I can even brag about keeping my mouth shut, as ironic as that is.
I'm gonna tell you my workout really quick before you go into that. 15 box jump overs to a 24-inch box.
Okay.
7 chest to bar pull-ups.
Okay.
7 snatches with 75 pounds.
Okay.
I did it in 90 seconds, and then I rested 2.5 minutes, 8 rounds. And I was only going to do 5, but I did 8 because of you.
Oh, and you did a sprint, and you just sprinted. I like that. Like, almost 1
seconds work, 2.5 minutes rest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
I was
not enough people. Not enough people do intervals where your working time is less than your resting time and go really hard. People always assume. I was going to say people always assume less rest is better, but there's a particular stimulus you can get with more rest, less work, and a really hard sprint that not enough people get.
I took Vitargo while I was doing the workout.
I bet it's a nasty combo. It's good. All right, so
back to the
couple things that these were things that were just about online level.
Oh, not a dumbbell. I used a barbell. Sorry, 75-pound barbell. Go ahead.
So think about open and online in affiliate semifinals. This is where this specifically pertains to. And this is where, if you're an athlete, you should really pay attention. If you're an athlete planning on advancing from the open to online semifinals, pay attention. And if you're an athlete who knows you're going to be in online semifinals and competing, please pay attention because some things have changed. One is the enhanced judging requirement for online in affiliate semifinals. Now, this is just for the semifinal stage. But if you're an athlete planning on making it to online in affiliate semifinals, you should use this same enhanced judge for your open workouts as well. It's only going to set up a successful routine for you in online in affiliate semifinals. And that is, they need to be a level 1 and they have to have the advanced judges course, which is different than the perennial judges course. I would imagine it is a much more involved online judging credential. The cool thing about it is good for 3 years. So you don't have to take it every year like the judges course in years past. It's good for 3 years. But your judge has to have a level 1 and they have to have that enhanced judging credential. You have to have that for online in affiliate semifinals. So here we go.
Is this it?
Advanced judges. Yes, this is it. Does it have a price on there?
I'd have to log into $40 cheap.
Okay, yeah, it's $40 for 3 years. I mean, just take it.
So let me ask you this really quick. You're advising that people use the same open judge and the same in affiliate semifinal judge, but it's not a requirement.
I'm advising they use this increased or enhanced judging credential for the open. It's not required for the open. It is required. It is required for in affiliate semifinals. So you're going to have to use a level 1 judge with the advanced judges course for in-affiliate semifinals. You might as well have that same judge with their credential prepared for the open so that you can iron out any kinks. You're going to set yourself up for success by doing that. So do that.
But this doesn't require level 1.
You don't need the level 1 to take the advanced judges course, but if you're going to judge an athlete who's competing in online semifinals, you have to have a level 1. Yeah. So look, for all intents and purposes, I'm speaking to athletes trying to compete in online in affiliate semifinals. Your judge needs a level 1 and this course. Get it and use it for the open too.
Okay.
Just do that.
Okay. And I'll put the link in the show notes.
Okay. Next is you have to film a video and it has to be public. It cannot be unlisted. It cannot be private. And if it is, and it's not fixed on your own accord within the submission window, it'll be invalid and you won't get credit for that workout, period. There won't be email correspondence. Hey, I forgot to make it public. Hey, I accidentally did this. When you upload your video, sorry, I even forgot this. It has to be on YouTube. YouTube, YOUTUB, not RedTube, not PornTube, YouTube. And it has to be public. So again, if you are an athlete planning on competing in online in affiliate semifinals, film your videos for the open with your judge who is a level 1 and who has the advanced judges course. Post your video of your open performances on YouTube and make it public. Practice that for all 3 weeks of the open. You will be required to do that for online in affiliate semifinals. So please do that for the open. If you're an athlete who is planning on doing some of the in-person semifinal events, and maybe you aren't so confident in your ability to qualify for the games through the online semifinals, you should still be doing these things if you plan on having any sort of staying power in the sport and within the CrossFit Games season. You need to treat your judging, that relationship with your judge, and the process that you take with your judge before and during each workout as serious as a professional, and you need to take your video process serious and professional. I personally have seen way too many stupid fucking videos of people doing the dumbest shit. Don't just flash your screen at the ruler and pan away. Make it so like a 4-year-old who's never seen a screen, fuck that. Make it so that your grandma who's never seen a screen can understand everything in your video. So that's the other thing.
So, someone's asking, you need the regular judges course? You do. It says it's a prerequisite on the website.
Yeah, the regular judges course is a prerequisite to the advanced judges course. That's good to know. Thank you, Bryson.
I would like to add this too. If you want to make it really easy on yourself, just go live.
Oh, wow.
Don't even record.
Well, here's one thing.
What?
If you go live, you need to do your performance. You need to do your workout with zero music. If you pre-record, you can upload to YouTube and you can mute it so that you don't get any copyright violations and the video pulled down. If you go live and you forget to mute it, you might get a copyright violation for playing music that you don't have the rights to. So that was the last thing, is that if you're uploading a video that's pre-recorded, always mute it. Always mute it unless you don't play any music and you're certain.
I would just say always don't play any music.
Don't play any music or mute it. Well, some people can't work out without music. So
and you want another problem. I just thought of another problem with going live. You might get a glitch.
Yeah.
In your connection. So
yeah,
maybe that is a bad idea.
Pre-record. It should be a recorded performance. Airplane mode on your phone. Check your storage. Delete all old videos. Make sure no one can call you. Make sure you can see everything in the frame. Two cameras. Make sure when you're filming measurements and weights and your setup, you are slow and very clear. Pause for at least 5 Mississippis at each weight, at each measurement, etc. Again, so that your 65-year-old grandmother, who is stupid as hell and has never seen a TV, can understand all of it. Make sure you mute it before you upload it and that it is public. I would also recommend, just to be safe, you just click not monetized, because I don't know, if you mute it, you're probably fine, but clicking not monetized is just another layer of protection for your video not getting pulled down for whatever reason.
We only have to do that if you have like over 1,000 subscribers anyway.
Well, some of these athletes will.
Yeah.
So those are just all best practices. Those were the main things to share, and also especially very relevant now because we're getting really close to the open, and you should be practicing these things in the open. It's really great to practice in the open, because you can fuck up in the open and chances are HQ won't ask for a video performance and you'll be okay. But you want to fuck up now, and you don't want to fuck up and be like, damn, I missed out on the games because I fucked up due to a video. That's your fault.
You don't want to fuck up in the open.
You don't. But
and I just want to say, CrossFit requiring these videos to be public is the best thing that they've done since requiring affiliate owners to be level 2.
Right.
Is this the first time it's ever been like that?
Yes. And the reason it's great is this: that, well, one, you have all these athletes that want professionalization. That means that nothing you're doing when performing isn't scrutinized under the public eye. There's no such thing as a football game that people don't get to go to and watch you play. So this is that. It's a performance and it's part of your season. It's not even a preseason game. It's an early season game. Think in drawing a metaphor or a parallel to football. It's an early season game and you still are on film. So you have to fucking show everyone. And if you don't move to standard, not only will you get, I think the point is, if you don't move to standard, not only will you get eviscerated, but if your judge isn't calling it, that will be clear as well. So the element of making the video public puts a level of accountability on the athlete and the judge that we haven't had in the past. And so HQ is passing that accountability that's kind of irresponsible for them to take anyways. And they're putting it where it should be, which is on the athlete and the judge. And so now if you guys are calling good reps that aren't good reps, you're going to be scrutinized for it. Don't do that.
Hey, and listen, it's 2025. And it doesn't matter. You could be the most beautiful, coolest person in the world. And someone's going to notice that your pants are pulled up so high that they can see your butthole, or they're going to see your tits jiggle if you're a fat guy, or someone's going to say that your dog's ugly.
I say it to John Young all the time.
People, so time to grow. Don't worry. There's 8 billion people on the planet. If you're lucky, if half of them like you, so just expect the other half to hate you. It's fine. It's okay. Just chill. Just use it as a chance to realize that you can't be hurt emotionally by idiots on YouTube. And you have to understand, half the planet is complete fucking imbeciles, and that's the half that's on YouTube. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Bryson.
If any single person complains about them requiring those videos to be public, whenever that person tells me a time they had on a workout that I didn't watch, I'm not going to believe it anymore.
And I also just think that they're a cheater anyways. But that doesn't matter. That's not kind of the point of this. The point of this show is to relay that.
People are going to get their feelings hurt on YouTube. I mean, you know what I mean? Someone's going to start a whole Reddit thread about some grandma that didn't never squat below parallel, and it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you want to be rich and famous? Yeah, you want to be rich and famous? There are going to be people who hate you for being good at what you do. There are going to be people who pick apart everything that you do. Welcome to being in the public eye.
Welcome to being a fucking professional.
Yeah, welcome. Exactly. Welcome to being a professional. That just is what it is. There's no such thing as a professional sport on earth where every athlete only has positive things said about them and that everybody thinks highly of them just because they're a professional athlete. And dude, that smells like shit.
What does this mean? I always WODproof, and he's not sponsored by them. Is WODproof a kind of app?
WODproof is an app that you use to help with videos. Jesus, dude. Bryson it smells like poop and cum, dude. That's disgusting.
He farted?
Yeah, dude. And something from earlier came out. WODproof's an app that it basically allows you to set your time. It gives you like a pre-record. Oh, look at this cat. It gives you a pre-record option so you can record like your weights and measurements and stuff, and then you can start your 10-second countdown, and it has an on-screen timer, etc.
Do we know
Yelena,
if the advanced judges course overrides redoing the standard judges course for the following 2 open seasons?
You have to have the standard judges course as a prerequisite, I believe. But then you don't need to renew the advanced judges course for 3 years. So I'm unclear on that. Listen, I
would imagine that you have to take that year's judges course because the prerequisite for the advanced judges course on that one said 2025 judges course.
This cat is crushing me.
So I'd imagine for that to stay valid, you have to take 2026 and then 2027. But those ones are a lot shorter.
Yeah. If you are, listen, and at the end of I'm unclear on that, and I should be more clear. But to be safe and to put the responsibility back on the athlete who wants to be a professional, $60 for a judging credential for you making it to the CrossFit Games That's
Well, the yearly one that she's talking about is $10.
I'm talking. Oh, okay. So $50. I'm talking about the combination of the standard judges course
yeah.
and the advanced. That's a very small price to pay to make sure that you're doing the right thing and to be safe in competition. Larry, I didn't mention anything to Dave about.
Can I read the question?
high
Taylor, Larry Young. Taylor, please tell me you told Dave we can handle high skills and men's weights.
No, I didn't tell Dave that. What I did tell Dave was we can handle him saying if we bring a stupid idea to him that it's stupid and here's why. And I was very adamant that if we come to you with feedback and you think it's wrong completely, don't beat around the bush. Tell us it's wrong and tell us why. That level of transparency and the push between the CrossFit Athlete Council and the games team will be healthy for everyone to see that they are serious about taking feedback from the community. And that's going to be part of what makes it us and the relationship between us and the games team so effective. And I think what I want people to remember watching, athletes and coaches especially, that's the cohort that I represent, I have to have feedback from you guys in order to take it to HQ. And the best way that I can do that is by serving as a conduit for your feedback to HQ. I have a lot of feedback on my own, obviously, but I need feedback from every athlete and every coach who wants to participate in the game season so that I can take that to them. And it doesn't matter if I've said anything bad about you in the past or don't think highly of you as a person. That's all irrelevant. I am, and I will be 100% objective in this role where if you have feedback to take to the games team, I'm going to take that feedback to the games team. I will also take it anonymously. I'm not going to say this specific athlete said this. I'm going to respect your involvement in the sport and in the season. And if you have feedback, again, please give it to me so that I can take it to them. That's the entire reason I'm on the council. So for whatever that's worth.
Regarding the judges course, so you have to take the beginner's judges course, just the traditional one, and then you have to take the advanced one, and then the advanced one lasts for 2 years, and you're not sure every subsequent year if you have
good for 3 years.
Good for 3 years, but you're not sure you have to take the beginner one every single year, but you suspect you do.
Yeah, we suspect you do. Lana Marcin says you might want to mention the adaptive judges course as well. That's outside of my scope. There is an adaptive masters and age division athlete council that will handle all that stuff. And I just don't have any, I'm not made aware of any of that. So if there is one, go take it. The adaptive CrossFit Athlete Council should be doing what we're doing too in terms of trying to provide as much transparency as possible. I just don't know anything about it. This is another good question. Ian, are you guys on the CAC for just 1 year? Yes, we are just on the CAC for just 1 year. I won't be up for re-election. So I'm pulling my Donald Trump strings where I'm.
Wait, you can't be on for 2 years. You can't run again once you're on?
I don't think so. From what I understand, this is my one opportunity. So I want to make as much of an impact and set it up the right way as much as possible. What I want is
I don't see
we've already set up
active judges course, by the way, on Google. If you want, if someone could help me. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So I want to be as effective as possible in setting this up and setting it up the right way and starting with as much communication and transparency as possible so that people can see the back and forth between this council and HQ, and that at least to this point, at a bare minimum, there's at least an appearance of the opportunity for us to be effective at making the season better for athletes, spectators, the community, and everyone involved. Time will tell if we actually have a tangible effect. I know that if I'm a part of it, I will be very clear if we don't. If we have no tangible effect, then, I'm not going to fucking hide from that. I'm just going to be like, look, they're not listening to anything we're saying. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Colton Mertens, it may be a 2-year term, 1-term limit.
Okay. So we also have already set up an Instagram account that we agreed on the CrossFit Athlete Council we all have the login information for that, all 6 of us. And we will be passing that login information off to the next group who assume our roles. We haven't done anything with it yet. It's just a blank page. It's called CrossFit Athlete Council, all one word. If you guys want to go follow that. I'm not, I don't know. I thought, okay, we should have that. That way we can disseminate information from one place a little easier. So take that for whatever it's worth. But we are very much so interested in making things better for people. Yep, that's it. Wow. No, I don't even follow it. That's fucked up. I should go follow it. Look, the whole point of this, and also for people thinking toward the future and other people who may assume the positions that we're in, I would say what is most important when you're considering someone to elect the position, which is kind of wild that I got elected because I wouldn't think anyone would assume that I can be objective, but I for sure can in this role at least, is that they can be objective and that they're going to not bow down or shirk from any sort of friction or conflict between the council and HQ, that they're going to serve as a conduit from what the athletes and coaches and community wants and sharing that with HQ and advocating for it. So that's our goal, to make the season better, to make it more, I don't want to say easier, to make it make sense for athletes, to make it consistent, to make it safer. Although I'm not really sure that, that one's tough. The safety thing is tough. The games is they do a better job of safety than any other competition. I'm not saying they can't do a better job, but there isn't another CrossFit competition that does it safer than the games. But things like, maybe things like competition season format and structure. One thing that I really want to advocate for is creating a minimum set time of consistency that people can expect. Hey, if we change the season, we know it's going to be the same for this amount of time, so that we can at least get used to it for this amount of time before we are planning for another change. And that way, even it would be beneficial for HQ because they can, say, hey, we've had X amount of seasons to see what works and doesn't. That's not something we've talked about yet, but these are things that I have my eye toward in terms of how can we make things better for the community? How can we make it easily understandable for the fans watching? They don't have to learn a new system every year. I mean, imagine if fucking offense and defense in the NFL changed every year and the positions changed.
CrossFit's not football.
And it was a new position. Yeah, which makes it even harder, Bryson.
I like the new season every year.
It's easy to watch football because you can be retarded and love it. It's so hard to watch CrossFit.
And that's why the people who watch football are retarded.
Okay, bro. Well, you're retarded because you're coming over for the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Let me insert this on that. If
tell me that, bitch.
I didn't say yes.
Oh yeah, you're fucking coming over.
You told me when you invited me, you said at least pretend to like it.
Okay, I didn't say.
So I'm coming over to pretend if I do.
Let's take this offline. Your schedule for tomorrow. Your date for tomorrow. So I do want to say this very interesting thing about the CrossFit Games. I was thinking about this today, and if I told a lot of my friends don't watch CrossFit and they have no interest in CrossFit, like my libtard friends that I left in Berkeley, and I still talk to them and hang out with them once in a while. If I told them like, hey, do you want to go watch this event? It's called the Crash Crucible. They would have no interest in it. They'd be like, what, just to watch people work out? They'd have no interest. But if I said to them, hey, dude, there's this event on TV tomorrow, and it's it's all of these tests that this SEAL Team 6 guy who's created over the last 18 years, and pretty much everyone on the planet agrees that whoever wins this competition is the fittest human being living on the planet today, they would probably watch that event. It would be a much easier sell. Like, really? These are the fittest humans? Dude, you won't even believe these men and women. Right. And that is something that needs to be taken seriously and protected. It's a very, very strong component of the marketing of the brand. It's like people don't want to see people work out, but they do want to see the strongest, fastest, most agile, most capable human beings on the planet pitted against each other. It's such a better sell. So I appreciate what you're doing. Was there anything else tangible? I know it's only your second meeting, but you guys talked about no. Okay,
that was all the tangible stuff.
So it sounds like it's about to get more tangible.
It will for sure be.
Are you guys under any secrecy regarding them talking about movements in the open and stuff like that?
They said we all signed NDAs. I don't remember signing an NDA. Maybe I did, and I'm just fucking retarded. But I'm not going to talk about things they asked me not to talk about, and I will talk about things that
Does
I
it get?
can't
Are
talk.
people going to start saying like, "Hey, Dave mentioned that we might be using kettlebells this year," and that gives?
No. We're not going to get any foresight into competition workouts for the
Okay.
open, all the semis. No, we won't be getting any of that, and we shouldn't.
I agree.
So I also don't think we should be provided as athletes. This is one thing. One of the other council members was like, "Can we as athletes get provided a list of movements that we know will show up in the open?" It's XXX. And as soon as he said that, I was thinking, no fucking way. And I can't remember what David Boz's response was, but they gave a reasonable response for why they wouldn't do that.
So Colton's a prick in those meetings, is what you're saying.
It wasn't. Yeah, cold. It was cold. So I don't think that's appropriate. It would completely ruin the spirit of the CrossFit competition. And I'm a big advocate for being prepared for the unknowable. And where I think I separate myself from Brent Fikowski and Pat Vellner is where they will cry ad nauseum about having standards that everyone can practice and perform so that they don't screw it up in the open. Meanwhile, they've competed since the start of their careers with the understanding that if they want to be successful professional CrossFit athletes, you have to be fit enough to overcome a new introduced movement. And you know what they've never done? They don't share that same attitude or advice or perception with new athletes. They turn the other athletes into fucking victims who should expect CrossFit to cater to them and tell them everything they need to know. Hey, Pat and Brent, you would help the younger athletes if you told them, hey, if you want to be successful, you got to be fit enough to survive something new showing up in competition. And that's what I would say to athletes who want a list of movements to prepare for. Then it wouldn't be CrossFit, and you wouldn't be training in a broad, general, and inclusive manner, because you would have a list of exercises to only do for the 3 months leading up to the open. And I don't think that should ever happen. It's not like I'm in charge of it, though, but I think that would
agree with you 100%.
Competition. So that's all I have on the CAC.
Okay. What about? I just want to add this. Per Mr. Google, the Adaptive Judges course is a training program that teaches people how to judge adaptive athletes in CrossFit competitions. The course is offered by Wheelwad. Okay, I didn't go to the Wheelwad.
That's why I haven't heard of it.
And everything Ogar does is outstanding. Larry Young. That's why the edge has to be back in the open. If I can't keep moving, it's okay. Never mind. All right.
I kind of have one more thing I really want to say.
Do you want to whisper it to me first, or to Bryson?
Dude, if it's getting caught up in Taylor's filter, he probably should not say it.
Solid. Okay.
All right, I'll practice restraint. I won't say it.
Okay. Are you enjoying the 2 meetings?
I enjoyed the first one. It was a little uncomfortable for me. I didn't enjoy the second one as much because I got a lot of pushback, and I don't like receiving pushback necessarily from people I'm not super comfortable with, but it was good for me.
Okay. Good. All right. And off the record, how's Colton in the meetings?
Colton said 4 words this time.
As opposed to, what did he say the first time?
I think he said,
okay. All right. Fair.
No, Colton's great. Colton has great feedback. And I think, again, I'm stoked that people elected him, because it's people like him who care so much. And if there's an athlete to look up to in terms of how to be successful in CrossFit, and you're young and up and coming, it's someone like him who will overcome any fucking obstacle in front of him, and he won't say a word about it. So, that's a person to look up to, and I'm really stoked that he's on the council and has this opportunity to.
My height to strength ratio is incredible, as is my value to word. My value to word ratio is insane.
That's also true. My value to word ratio is horrible.
Okay, let me ask you this. Can I change the subject now away from CAC?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Saturday's workout for Kill Taylor is it's a $3,000 prize.
No one's going to be
me. Do you have any ideas what the workout is already?
I know exactly what the workout is, and I know, Colton, I know you're listening because I've seen you in the comments. You have 0 chance.
So he should just do whatever, proceed his normal day.
You should go work on the farm and pretend like it doesn't exist. Or call in and lose for once, bro.
How about James Craig? Does he have a chance of winning?
No.
Okay. All right. So big Saturday. We got a sponsor already. $3,000. Larry Young, glad you're involved with this, Taylor.
Thank you, Larry. And look, this is the other thing. People need to be able to separate what I say on Kill Taylor under a completely different circumstance where the whole point of the show is making fun of anyone who comes under the crosshairs, and what I'm doing in this position. It's two completely different things. And also know that people can say things without thinking and make mistakes. Like, I'm making mistakes on Kill Taylor or on other shows the way I would make mistakes around Bryson. And I'm not claiming to be perfect, and I'm not claiming to be right. So I think what you should understand, if you don't like me, and that's fine, I don't give a fuck. What you should understand is I'm not hiding at all. I'm not hiding any of my mistakes either.
Like you guys are. Like you guys are. Like you
I
guys.
think there's a particular subset of people within the community who hide a lot of things.
And just so you know, that blanket you're hiding under, it's transparent. We can see you. You're not really hiding. I know that's scary for you.
Scared.
Yeah. We can see you jerking off under the blanket.
I think if you feel that, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, I think if you feel the need to hide something, like when you're just joking, that means that is when you really mean it.
Right.
But if you don't feel the need to, like, just talk shit and whatever and make some jokes, that's when it's like, hey, I don't.
Wow. So there's a lot of things you really mean.
Yeah.
Colton Burns, what you guys don't know is I've paused my journey to the CrossFit Games and only train specifically for Kill Taylor now. Probably a smart career move.
You're gonna have to get shin extensions, bro.
Dude, Colton's only gonna jerk off 5 pigs on Saturday morning, so 15 so he's not so tired.
Wow, not a day has passed that I haven't done 40-inch box jumps.
I wonder if you do jerk a pig off, if it'll start like humping the air like a dog will.
That's what my dog used to do.
Oh God. Okay, we gotta. All right.
Love you guys. The discussion around what Taylor's advice for what he's learned from the CAC on how to do the open and regarding filming and submission and judges courses, and the in affiliate semifinals this year starts at about 13-14. Maybe we'll make that into a sub clip. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate having you here. Thanks for sharing the cock news here at the Sevon Podcast. See you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Crazy Hawaiian, the world super heavyweight slap fight champion, Crazy Hawaiian, Dana White's new slap fight league, will be on the show tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. And then and then I'll be on Glinton Things. And then on Monday, we have Tyson Bagent on, and I think Franco Duboc, whose daughter will be in the Super Bowl commercial in the fourth quarter. Okay. See you guys later. Oh, wait, hold on. One thing from Sabir. Well said, Taylor. Again, you and Colton, what you see is what you get. It's humility coming through when you say you aren't perfect and you are learning every day. Oh, one more thing. Let's plug one more thing. When's the next McCoy? You're getting your training critique Monday?
Yep, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, very popular show on the channel. A level 4 trainer who works at CrossFit HQ.
Great guy.
Him and Taylor put up one of Taylor's classes where he's training, and McCoy critiques Taylor's training. It's a great show. Yeah, Taylor's so humble. All right, talk to you guys later.
Hate you.
Bye.